Hey everybody, Tanya from Shooting Star SVG back, and I wasn't going to do another video tonight, but I decided to go through eRank and the keyword tool while I am on a research kick. So, if you log into eRank and you have the pro version like I do, this is what you will look like. Yes, I'm aware I have 117 spelling issues, but it is for weird things that I put in my tag, like America and T-Rex, which they don't recognize for some reason. Anyways, this is what the dashboard looks like. We are going to focus on the keyword tool because that is going to be very similar to the marmalade search that I had done in another video, which I will tag above if you are looking for the differences between the two. So we're going to go through and we're actually going to use the same example that we used with Marmalade so we can do a compare and contrast, okay? So if you remember or you have watched the Marmalade video, we used the tag gamer SVG, right? So you can see here at the top that this tool performs the analysis of the top 100 listings found in the Etsy search results for the keywords that you're putting in at that time. And this will allow you to understand how this tag is related to other listings and what other tags they're using. Before I get into all this too, if you haven't already, go ahead and click like and subscribe below. Forgot to mention that earlier. That keeps me motivated to continue making these videos to help you guys on your Etsy and digital design journey for passive, semi-passive income. And you can also catch a link to my Facebook group in the description. Go ahead and join that if you so wish to ask any questions that you may have. So we'll get right back to it. Keyword tool, right? Go ahead and click on search here. And what this is going to do, you can see my quota here. Okay, so I have the pro version. I have which is $9.99 a month, and that will allow for 200 searches, whereas the free version has a certain amount, and then there's a mid-grade that has a certain amount. I use the keyword tools on eRank and Marmalade fairly often, so I just decided to pay the $10 a month. I will be canceling eRank once I make these videos because I just find that Marmalade is much better for what I'm looking for. But for the case of all of you beautiful people, I'm going to eat the $10 for this month and show you the differences between the two platforms. So here you can see the search trend across Google, which is the blue line here, and Etsy, as well as Google Shopping, which has none. It will let you know if it is a long tail, which this is kind of like in the mid-level for a long tail keyword. It will give you the 100 listings analyzed, what the average price is, average favorites for the listings, how many views, average views across the 100, and average daily and weekly views for this keyword. It also gives you this nice cloud of other tags that are utilized with this, okay? And this is kind of the meat of it here. When you come down here, you can see the gamer SVG. Here's the average searches in the United States, the average clicks, and what the Etsy competition is. So if you remember from the Marmalade video, this is very similar to the amount of competition that was listed over there, about 15,000. Though we do know if you punch this into Etsy, you will see a lot more than just 15,000. You will see 33,000. Okay, so it's a big difference. It's double-ish. But the interesting thing here is you can also see the other tags that are being utilized. And you can click on this. You can see the tag occurrences and how many times different tags are used. And that's what it's sorted by right now. But if you click this, you can see other keywords that are being used and what the average clicks and competition is. And the ratio of clicks to searches is a percentage. And all of this is based off of 12 months. So if you notice, this is based off of 1 year of data, whereas Marmalade is forecasting current data. Okay, so it's a little bit more real time than Etsy rank. Etsy rank is a little bit, I don't want to say super dated, but it does take information over a 1 year period time. So when you do searches like this, you can see this all over the place. I mean, this has nothing to do with video games. These tags, once I start from average searches here, and so this isn't really what I want. And here is our gamer SVG tag again. You can see gaming SVG has a decent amount of searches, not so many clicks. The competition is a lot lower. And if you remember, we did save that one in our search in Marmalade. Okay. And you keep going down here and you can see how these searches are starting to drop off. Video game SVG was another one in Marmalade. Again, average searches is 255 and the competition is about 2,893 other listings that would be on there. So video game SVG was one, and then gaming SVG was another. We'll see if we can't see that anywhere, and I'm not seeing it. But if you go up, you can filter your competition as well. So you can see the higher competition keywords as you start scrolling down. It's really dependent on how you want to look at the data. If you want something with low competition and high search volume, again, I recommend that competition number to be 5,000 or less if you're trying to get some sort of niche item, but you want to make sure the searches are high. I can't speak today. So video game SVG might not be so bad. Although the searches are low, the competition is also not that high. And if you go up here and type in video game SVG, again, you're going to get about 6,000 results, which isn't quite nearly 33,000, right? So you might be better off using this one in conjunction with gamer SVG. And then if you keep scrolling down, you'll see that competition number get lower. Okay. You can also sort by average clicks. Obviously, more clicks means more chance for you to convert. Okay, so that's always a good thing. Minecraft, we don't want to deal with that because that's a trademark thing. Baseball Mom, it has nothing to do with video games, but I mean, hey, there's a lot of clicks on Baseball Mom SVG. You may want to go design for that. Oh, the competition is pretty high. Roblox again, that is trademark copyright concern. Same thing with Nintendo. You can see these searches are low because you're not going to get many hits. And yeah, you can keep kind of scrolling down to see if there are other tags that might fit. There's gaming SVG, which we searched for before, and it's very lower competition but higher search. Though the clicks and the click-through rate isn't that great, this is definitely a tag that I would use in my listing. And same thing with video game SVG. So that's enough about that. Again, you just want to go through and kind of sort it how you see fit. And you can also look at the Google stuff if you'd like to too. Instead of just the Etsy competition, you can look at the Google competition as well. And this is based off of a 0 to 1 ratio, with 0 being no competition and 1 being high competition. So here they say that high competition is a good indicator of purchase intent, which I don't disagree with. So if you scroll up, you can actually click on compare keywords, which is similar to the comparison tool that Marmalade has. So we're going to go ahead and type in gamer SVG and video game SVG. And then we had gaming SVG. And I cannot remember the other one for the life of me that we used. So we'll just do the 3 for now. I'm not going to rack my brain. It is almost 11 o'clock at night, and I've been up since 4:30 this morning. It's going to take a minute to process. do, 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 do. Do 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 do. I don't know if it's my internet or if eRank is really just looking at this much data. Here we go. So it's going to show you a graph of all of the information as far as searches go over months. Okay. And actually, interestingly enough, it looks like gamer SVG and gaming SVG increased and decreased anyways. It will give you your average searches, your average clicks, your average click-through rate, and your Etsy competition right here. So it's very similar to the comparison tool that Marmalade has. It just doesn't look as nice. I'm going to go over to Marmalade just because I want to show you the difference. Gamer SVG, video game SVG, and gaming SVG. That's going to take a minute to load. But basically, it's going to give you the same information that you had previously seen when we were looking at similar keywords for gamer. Okay. Again, useful if you're trying to find additional keywords and tags that you want to include in your Etsy listings to try to get up. You can see here the Google competition is very low. So according to this, there's not really going to be a quote-unquote intent to buy because this number is ridiculously low. Okay, so you can see here, interestingly enough, and again, remember, 12 months, 30 days, okay? This is forecasted for the next 30 days. You can see that the competition numbers, 15,529, are the exact same. 3,084 for video game, here you go, and gaming, 1,440. There you go, all right? So the competition is the same. They're pulling their data from the same source. So that's interesting. I will do a comparison side-by-side video in the future. I just wanted to show you kind of what that looked like. I like the sleeker look of Marmalade. So that's all I wanted to go through with eRank today was the compare keyword tool and the keyword tool. There's also a bulk keyword tool, and you can look up statistics for 20 search terms at a time, which I'm not going to bother doing. And then there's a keyword explorer, and basically you can kind of see what buyers are looking for, when they're looking for it, and where they're looking for it. So again, you can just type in gamer SVG. And you can see data for the past month. And this is the average searches, what the competition is, which we saw previously, what the clicks are, and what the click-through rate is. And when you scroll down, it will kind of give you some related searches as well that people have entered in. One nice thing about Etsy Rank, I will say, versus Marmalade is it does give you a character count. And so obviously, you know, we only can fit in 20 characters in our tags at a time. So if you want to search by character count, you can look for that for other long-term, long-tail keywords. Okay, so keep that in mind. But this kind of just, this keyword explorer just kind of gives you different ideas to look for. So that's eRank in a nutshell for keywords, right? Because that's all we're talking about right now. eRank does have a lot of different features that you can get along with this. You can look at listing reports, okay, for all of your listings. And again, keep in mind, I have Pro, so if you're using the free version, anything with little crown by it will be unlocked as you upgrade. There is a tag report, ratings, delivery status, sales map, social report, spell checker. if you've been spotted on Etsy, and things that you want to monitor. Competition, you can look at top sellers by country and category, which may help you. And competition versus sales, social listing, and tags. I don't really use that because I really just don't care what everybody else is doing. It's really just want to stay focused on myself, or you can get weighted down. So again, you have all these keyword tools, and we went through a lot of those. You can check ranks on things, and then there's other tools that you can utilize. The hashtag generator is pretty useful if you post a lot on social media. And then there's the trend buzz and a market report. I don't really use these things. I really just focus on the keyword tools because I'm all about getting that SEO sorted on my Etsy listings. So that's all I have on eRank. I'm going to actually do a side-by-side comparison example with eRank and Marmalade, and kind of let on a new listing, okay, and let these listings sit and see how they do using eRank for 1 week, and then switching over and using the information I get from Marmalade for a week. But I also just want to show you an example between the two versus kind of going through them in 2 separate videos. So look for that probably in the next couple of days. If you have any questions on eRank, feel free to drop a comment below and let me know what you're looking for, and I can go into more detail on those things. Other than that, like I said, if you haven't already, go ahead and click on like and subscribe below. That does keep me motivated to keep going on these videos. And hop on over to my Facebook group and click join. Ask any questions that you have there. I post a lot of freebies. I post updated videos. I'm always asking questions on and getting feedback on what people might want to see in the future as far as videos go. So I'm always looking for different things to create. I just felt like I'm really in the SEO mood right now. So that's what I'm focused on, and that's what I want to teach everybody about, because it's always constantly changing and evolving, and you really just need to stay up with it if you want your listings to be seen. That, and it can also get you out of a creative slump. So that's all I got. If y'all need anything, feel free to give me a holler, and we will catch you all later.